What's up, AJ Gang? We are back with another video. Of course, for a short film, animated. Nothing to say. Let's get into the video.
This story happened very recently, when my cousin came to visit me and my family. We had so much fun until he came into my room, leaving the door open, and we were alone in there.
Don't nobody knock.
Just to give you an idea of how my house is shaped, my room is connected to the living room, and the living room is connected to my parents' room. The kitchen is within the living room since our house is small.
It looked like a bootleg hotel.
Everything started when I had to take my medication and lay in my bed to relax. My cousin was acting normally at first, playing with me and the toys in my room. But after 10 minutes of me taking the medication, he started acting weird. At first, he was just screaming. After all, he is a 4-year-old, so he can't really speak. I thought it was because I was just laying there, watching.
Okay, pause. I don't care how old he is. He would have got pimp slapped. That's why I don't like kids. Now, I like babies. I like babies and super old people. But toddlers, teenagers, and stuff like, you're going to either get fired on or you're going to get pimp slapped. And you can't say that's the same thing, because fired on and pimp slapped is not the same thing.
Onesie videos on my phone, but then he started biting me really hard on my hand. I warned him that I would punish him if he ever do that again, but
Vampire?
he did something more sinister. He got on my back and started to strangle me. I was confused. He is a sweet child who've always been so kind to me.
Can't do kids.
He always kissed me and hugged me, but now this was happening. Of course, my first reaction was to punch him in the elbow so that he would stop what he was
In
doing.
the elbow?
When he stopped, we looked at each other and I saw his eyes filled with anger and hatred towards me. He whispered something which I couldn't hear, but then all of a sudden
He looked like
he
the...
started hugging me and
No cap. He looked like the girl from The Ring. Only he got short hair. Only thing he need is black hair and a little bit taller. He looked like the girl from The Ring. Am I wrong?
playing with me. After about 2 hours, he and his parents left. But this story doesn't end here. Earlier today, my grandmother invited us, my cousin, and his parents to her house. We got there, laughed and played.
That look like a hotel too.
Me and my cousin decided to play hide and
Do his
seek,
whole house,
and he was the
do
secret
his whole
professor.
family
He started
got a
counting,
freaking
but I hid in my
hotels?
grandfather's room behind
houses?
the door. The room is small. There's a light switch right where I hid, and next to the place that I hid is a wooden desk. So I was hiding there, and after a while he found me. The next round I was the seeker. Since he is 4 years old, he would gasp or chuckle when I got near him, which would give out his position. But I always acted like I didn't know where he was. And I
That's
did the
cute.
exact same thing today. When I learned where I was hiding, I went to the other side of the house where I hid before, just to play along. While I was walking, I looked through the window of the place where I hid, because he was able to see me through there. But what I saw in my grandfather's room shocked me. There was a girl sitting down with her hair in front of
What I tell you? What I tell you? The little 4-year-old little boy looking like the girl from The Ring with black hair. Now, it's a girl with black hair looking like the girl from The Ring. See, I can't do this. I can't do this. Oh my Lord Jesus Christ.
her face. I closed my eyes, and when I opened them, she was gone.
I
I
can't.
brushed it off as being my imagination because the day before that I watched the horror movie.
She behind you.
Immediately after that, I went back and got him out of the place he was hiding. We stopped playing hide and seek because of that girl and went directly to the living room. While sitting, he got distracted by something. I followed his gaze, but saw nothing. He then walked towards the place he was looking at.
Dang, where your
After
eyes,
about
fam?
15 seconds, he came back screaming. He was scared by something, and I feel like I know what that thing was. The adults wanted to know why he was screaming, but I just told them that he was probably bored, putting the pieces together.
I got a feeling he half possessed, half just bad as hell. I don't know.
I think I know what's going on. I think my cousin is somehow possessed by that girl. We both saw that girl. I know we did. That is the reason why he was screaming. I just hope nothing happens to him. And I hope that girl will leave him alone.
I could not do that, bro. I don't care if you possessed. I don't care if you a spirit. Even if you a spirit, I will be fighting. I cannot do that. I'll be fighting the air. Now, we finna do another one. This one is called Scary Uber Horror Short Animated. That's like a stupid name, but I got a feeling it's gonna be scary. Super scary. Let's do this. Let's do this. Scary Uber.
21-year-old Samantha Josephson grew up in Robbinsville, New Jersey as the daughter of Seymour and Marcy Josephson.
Because I was finna say, hold up, real
While majoring
people?
in
It's supposed to be
political
animated.
science at the University of South Carolina, Samantha studied abroad in Barcelona and planned on attending the Drexel University School of Law after her 2019 graduation. Samantha was a girl who showed boundless potential, who was potentially looking at a partial scholarship to Rutgers, but all her dreams would be snuffed out after making just one fatal mistake. On the evening of March 28, 2019, Samantha went out drinking with friends at the Bird Dog Bar in downtown Columbia.
See, that's your number one. Your number one mistake. Drinking. You should never drink. You should never drink.
At around 2 a.m., they decided to call it a night, and like so many of us have done before,
2
Samantha
a.m.?
pulled out her phone and ordered an Uber. Just 9 minutes later, surveillance footage from the Bird Dog shows a black Chevrolet Impala pulling up outside.
Hold up. I thought this was just a story. Is this a real story? This must be a real story, cause they show a real girl. Now they over here showing a real girl going into a real Uber. Oh my Lord Jesus Christ! This is a real. Blah, 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 blah.
Samantha steps outside, enters the vehicle, and greets her driver. The man at the wheel was named Nathaniel Rowland, and although he didn't say anything as Samantha climbed into his car, he hadn't actually been expecting a passenger.
She out of it.
You see, the car that Samantha had climbed into wasn't her Uber. just a similar-looking vehicle she'd drunkenly mistaken for her ride. You'd expect Roland to ultimately tell her to get out of the car, but he didn't. He simply engaged the locks, trapping Samantha inside, then drove off. It's not clear whether or not Samantha realized her mistake before Roland stopped the vehicle, but at some point, Roland parked up his Impala, pulled out a knife, and inflicted a sustained and savage attack upon the terrified Samantha. Using a bizarre-looking two-bladed knife, Roland proceeded to stab Samantha 120 times.
Bruh. Now that's bleeped up. Like, why didn't you tell little mama that's not her Uber? And then he a black man. Like, I would think black people wouldn't do that. Dude's black. Oh my Jesus Christ. What, is it because she white? Oh my gosh. I was just gonna say, if I ever met him, I would pimp slap him, but I don't want to be like homegirl and get stabbed umpteenth times. So, thank you. Next.
She attempted to shield herself, but she was trapped, and Roland was armed. As well as several horrific defensive wounds, Roland also stabbed Josephson in the head with so much force that the knife went through her skull to her brain. But the killer blow seems to have come when he stabbed her in the carotid, one of two main arteries that carries blood to the brain. Samantha also sustained wounds to her face, neck, shoulder, torso, back, lung, leg, and feet, bleeding out within just 10 to 15 minutes. Roland then dumped Samantha's body in the New Zion field, where she was discovered by a handful of local turkey hunters. The following morning, Samantha's roommates became deeply concerned when they found she hadn't returned home. Police rushed into action, easily tracing her last known whereabouts to the Bird Dog Bar and to Nathaniel Roland's black Chevy Impala. Officers later happened across Roland while he was out driving, and after a traffic stop was attempted, Roland jumped out of the stationary vehicle and began to flee. Inside his car, police officers found a container of liquid bleach, germicidal wipes, and a bottle of window cleaner.
Okay, so he definitely trying to wipe off his little tracks. I don't like him. Of course, wouldn't nobody like him, but I want to do the same thing that he did to her. Punk.
But perhaps the most incriminating piece of evidence was Samantha's phone, which
I knew
Roland
it.
had foolishly chosen to keep. He was arrested, questioned, and tissue samples were taken. Disturbingly, the tissues under Roland's nails tested positive for Samantha's DNA, meaning whatever he was doing after he'd killed her, it had been rigorous enough for particles of her skin to become embedded under his nails. Roland was soon charged with Samantha's kidnap and murder, and it became apparent that Samantha wasn't his first kidnapping victim. He had apparently carjacked a woman at the stoplight in October of 2018 and was extremely violent in the commission of the crime, beating her and threatening her before they drove to an ATM to almost empty her bank account. In July of 2021,
You ain't that
Roland
broke.
was found guilty of kidnapping and murdering, with the judge sentencing him to life in prison. The same judge, a veteran of the legal circuit,
Need
said
to
the
be
murder
in
was
a
perhaps the most
big
heartless and
house
severe
over
he'd
here
ever
killing
seen,
people for no reason.
denying Roland's request for leniency. It's also easy to see why. Roland displayed some horrifying predatory behavior. When a stranger accidentally climbs into their car, most correct-thinking people simply laugh it off, perhaps getting a little prickly if they're in a bad mood. But Roland found a stranger climbing into his back seat, and his first thoughts were nothing short of bloodthirsty. Samantha Josephson made an honest and simple mistake. Nathaniel Roland made her pay with her life.
Oh, baby. That is extremely messed up. It's so messed up. It's called Scary Uber. I've only been in a Uber once ever in my life. Ever in my life, and that was one time to be on a date with my girlfriend. Man, that's why most people don't like Ubers. For crazy people like that. And the thing is, he wasn't even an Uber. Looking like a goofy goober. I just playing. But yes. Both of them horror short films was kind of crazy. But I don't think I can go to sleep tonight. Not for real though. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Put your notification bells on. And don't forget to be yourself and be beautiful.